Alright everyone, it's time. The moment you've all been waiting for, the RWBY fan animation Team Dark. Now, I've reviewed several RWBY fan animations on my channel before, but by far this was the most suggested option across all of my different videos. And now that it's October, I can finally talk about it. See, Team Dark has a special flavor of, well, dark animation and style. It truly almost feels completely unique from the world of RWBY, or even other RWBY fan animations I've seen. I compared the Lee and Angel trailers to being the shadow to RWBY's Sonic. If that's the case, then Team Dark is like the Doom's Eye of this scenario. Yes, that's a real Sonic character, by the way.
Make the humans suffer.
The Team Dark videos are made by someone named RWBY, and I really hope I'm saying that right. There's 4 whole trailers, one for each character, and a chapter for their story as well. That's a lot to talk about. So let's not waste any more time, let's dive into Team Dark. So the first trailer, Lone Hunter, was uploaded on January 2nd, 2018. In the description, RWBY says this is their first animation ever, which is very impressive. I also love how in each of their videos' descriptions, they say they want to see feedback. That's awesome, and I'm here to give it to you. We start with our Lone Hunter named Wraith, in a pure white field surrounded by Grim. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be snow or sand or something else, but it kinda adds to the uneasy vibe of the whole scenario. So let's make something 100% clear right now. RWBY has the absolute best Grim designs. This trailer came out a little before the finale for Volume 5, a whole year before Rooster Teeth would introduce the Apathy Grim to us. These things were the first real look at what a humanoid Grim could look like, and they're awesome. They're so gross with their spider-like legs, and they're just so cool. His other Grim in the other trailers are just as awesome too, but we'll get there later. Wraith's design is pretty cool. The all-black look being punctuated with the white outlines is stylish and easily recognizable. The claw marks on his chest are an especially cool touch to give him some extra personality. It's hard to give characters who are covered in armor some humanizing pizzazz to their designs, but I think RWBY has nailed it here. His weapon is dual blades that also have guns in them. Honestly, they're not the most unique weapons I've ever seen, but the choreography RWBY uses with them is still plenty of fun. The fact Wraith spins them around a lot is a nice touch. Sometimes it just goes to show that you don't need an extravagantly designed weapon to still have exciting combat. Now then, the biggest downside for this trailer really is its speed. Everything feels very slow and is oddly floaty. Like, honestly, it makes me think they're fighting on the moon, but I don't think that's what was supposed to be the case. The only other gripe I have is that I wish the sound effects were a little bit louder. Really helps sell the power behind the swings of his blades or the impact of his bullets. The next trailer is called Crimson, and it was released only 8 months later in August of 2018. Very impressive to get so much done in such a short amount of time. And this trailer is a bit longer too. Very impressive. Right off the bat, this one's animation is at a much better pace, and this shot of the moon turning red just gives me chills. It all just lands really well, especially with the wolf turning to look directly into camera. We cut to our next character, Crimson, fighting off the same Grim as last time. I'll be honest, Crimson might be my least favorite designs out of all of these characters. He's not awful, he just doesn't feel very polished. His face is a little blocky, and I usually can't see his mouth or anything. Though I will admit his armor is neat, and I like the design on it a lot.
Nope, 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 no thanks, no thank you.
It's amazing! I never realized how much I didn't want a giant tarantula Grim until just now, so thanks. Surprise! Wraith is here too! What? I think it's super cool how Wraith joins in this trailer. Honestly, it really helps deliver the idea that they're an actual team. This thing right here, this little part, this... What the fuck, man? I'm fine, Jesus! I love it. It's so good. While I do like how they've teamed up to fight this thing and actually use teamwork too, I do kind of feel like Wraith sort of stole the show. He got all the coolest moves. Hell, he even landed the big finishing attack thing on the tarantula. Maybe that's why I find Crimson so boring. I feel like he never really got to shine in his own trailer. Next up is the Ashes trailer, being uploaded again in an impressively short amount of time, only 6 months later on January 4th, 2019. Reading the description, Rexicori says they were working on facial animation, pacing, and honestly, I really admire how honest they are in the aspects where they need to improve. You can tell Rexicori is honestly trying to improve every single time, and it shows. Where most people would just bask in the praise, Rexicori is also focusing on the criticisms, and I got mad respect for you. So this trailer stars Ash, and right off the bat, the pacing, camera work, and cinematography is already impressive. This was actually the first one of Rexicori's trailers that I watched, because it was the most recent one at the time, and I still remember being impressed with the camera work for this trailer. A lot of animators don't seem to think about the movement or placement of the camera, even in RWBY itself. Rexicori proves they know how to use the camera to elevate the action. We're not just seeing the attacks, the camera is a part of the action too. The camera follows the flow of the characters' movements to help make them look even cooler, rather than hide away animation mistakes. Ash herself is fun, though, let's be honest, her combat dress feels a little ridiculous. I hope she's wearing shorts underneath that dress, because otherwise she would just be constantly flashing everyone in combat. You know, I really don't hate the look. I like her boots a lot, and the top part of her dress is cool. The striped pattern going on with her back is really nice. Though this open spot randomly on her belly button is like stupid. Not even real clothes would have this. Who thought it would be beneficial for fighting gear? I just can't get over the fact that both of the two male characters rolled up in full head-to-toe plated armor, and then our first female character showed up in a fucking cocktail dress. Ash can make an aura clone of herself to deliver a quick attack. Again, not the most unique idea, but it gets used in unique ways.
Hell no, to the no, no, no.
This is the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen. And it's like so weird being cut between this Grim and then this one, because this one just looks like a Frogzard from Adventure Quest. During this trailer, we actually cut back to something Ash remembers, being with this Schnee-looking person. When you have RWBY and a white-haired person, they're always gonna end up looking like a Schnee. I'm sorry. And this girl ends up getting killed by this Grim, and it was honestly pretty intense. I literally only just got introduced to both of these characters, and I feel sad for them. The music choice and their animations really helped nail the delivery of the emotions. Also, Rexicori's facial animations have improved a bunch since last time. Well done. This whole trailer really is awesome. Ash uses a bunch of really creative and fun-looking techniques for combat. For having arguably the most limited weapon so far, she's delivered one of the most impressive fights. Finally, there's the Sunrise trailer, which released on October 25th, 2019. Right off the bat, this one has a very different vibe than the others. All the others have been in desolate, craggy landscapes, and this one's in a forest. Ooh. The other three also feature mostly black, whites, and reds, but the Dawn trailer introduces yellow into the mix. Hey, wait a minute! Right away, we see our new girl, Dawn, fighting this creature? I'm unsure if it's meant to be a Grim or not, but it looks neat, if a little murky color-wise. Dawn's design is easily my favorite. She's either a fox or a wolf faunus, I'm not quite sure which. And her headband curls up to give the impression of ears, which is just chef's kiss. Nice touch. Her yellow palette also feels very unique to her. You know, Ash has a lot of blacks and reds in her design, and Crimson and Wraith's looks had a lot of either black or red. Dawn feels much more unique compared to the others. She also has the most stylized hair out of all of them, and look, she actually wore armor too. Nice. Mix all that in with a nice pop of her blue eyes, and she really just comes alive. Her weapon is also dual blades, similar to Wraith, though hers can snap together to make a death fan I don't know what to call this. It's hands down the most uniquely designed weapon Rexicori has made so far. Honestly, these trailers not only show the growth of their animations, but their design skills too. The combat is smooth, fun, and creative. We get this one really long one take, and it's super impressive. The show proper often uses camera cuts a lot to skip over animating certain attacks all the way, so getting to see it executed in such a creative way here is just a treat. Just like the Crimson trailer, all the other teammates show up, and it just made me so excited. Look at them all together. Fuck yeah! Also, unlike the Crimson trailer, I feel like our new character actually got to shine in this one on her own still. So finally, I can get to the real meat of Team Dark. Their first chapter, Hunting the Nightmare. A whopping 10-minute long, honest-to-God short depicting Team Dark on a mission. This chapter released November 20th of 2020. So let's dive into this video because there's a lot here. Right off the bat, we can see Dawn has gotten some touch-ups to her design. The curlier hair is super adorable and I love it, though I don't know how I feel about the fact her armor got trimmed down so much, especially in the back. She felt so protected in the Sunrise trailer. Now it mostly kind of feels like she's fallen into the typical battle bikini style we usually have to deal with for female characters. Here's the thing. If the boys can be completely covered up, then so can the girls. If the girls can be showing off some skin, then so can the boys. So Dawn is hanging out alone in a forest when what the fuck? Oh my god! This is one of the scariest. That guy? Pff, child's play. Look at this! Look at this monstrosity! Why? Why do you do that? Turns out it was just a dream. Or rather, a nightmare, I guess. Right away, the animation is so good. Their facial expressions, their body movements, even the curling of Dawn's tail. There are so many good little character-specific animations here. The team wakes up and we get our first good look at the others' redesigns too. Honestly, I think Ash has the best improvements. This looks less like just wearing a cocktail dress and more like wearing clothes that are intentionally revealing. This isn't just like, oh, I walked into the store to get some armor and this was the only thing they had available. I also like the blue feathered necklace. It gives her a much needed pop of color, and it ties into her past with the mysterious white-haired girl from before, since she was also wearing blue. Also, tying up her hair into a ponytail is just smart design. Get that hair out of her way so it's easier to animate. Super cute and super smart. I will say, I think Crimson got a mega downgrade with his design. Where the others added more to help their colors pop or feel more character specific, he's washed himself out. He feels really one note now, being almost entirely red. Red eyes, red hair, red armor, he's just so bland. And he's lost the unique patterns from before, which is an even bigger bummer. Top it all off with the fact his hair feels more helmet-like now compared to before, and it's just a shame what's happened to him. Oh yeah, and then Wraith didn't change at all, though quite frankly he didn't really need to. Nice touch that he covers up the others with his coat while they slapped. Cute. That's cute. Another small thing, I like the curl in these trees' branches. It's a nice stylistic touch to help make things pop. This chapter has the unique element of being completely washed in this harsh red light and dark shadows. Since all of our characters use blacks and or reds in their designs, I'm not so sure that this was a great choice. It definitely gives the whole chapter a recognizable style and feel to it, but it also has the issue of making our characters feel a bit lost in the scenery at times. Little things help, like Wraith's white outlines, Dawn's whole yellow colors, and the blue necklace on Ash that helps make them pop still. But this gray color to accent Crimson really doesn't help him much in this scenario. Might I suggest shades of orange mixed in with the reds. That might give him a little bit more of an on-screen presence. So I'm like super impressed that Rexicori has an entire series going on right now, and there has yet to be a single line of dialogue. That takes some skill, and honestly adds to this unique world of Team Dark. There's no denying that all these trailers has a very unique style to it. Oh, well, that ain't good. As the team go on their way, they come across a gorge of monsters, and it's go time. Fuck yeah. You know once people's eyes change colors, shit's about to get real. It's also really fun how we see all four land using different techniques. It's awesome, and it's fun little animations like this that really flesh out the characters despite the lack of dialogue. The combat has only gotten better and better and better over these videos, and now it's honestly to the point where I don't know what else to say. Clearly, Rexicori's combat choreography and animations has reached a point where I would say this is on the level of a professional. Each character is fun, creative, unique, and looks awesome while doing it. It's not too fast or cuts away too frequently either. So suddenly, this big dude shows up with the nightmare in tow, while simultaneously, the gorge gets filled with a handful of other little monsters. The team splits up to handle the different threats. Wraith's fighting the horde, and the other three go up against the big guys. So Wraith powers up with this white dust, and it looks so cool! Like, ooh, wow, look at all that! Though, it is a little distracting how all the monsters sit still and wait for him to finish this power-up. As a heads up, always try to have the monsters moving for shots like this. Have them be in the background running to catch up to him, not just standing around. Otherwise, it feels a little too rehearsed and like the enemies are unnecessarily dumbed down for the sake of looking cool for the hero. Wraith's combat here is a lot of fun though. I especially like how he gets the monsters to attack each other. People don't usually think about how friendly fire can work in combat, and this is a cool way to play with the concept. We cut to the others and see Ash volleying between the big guy and Nightmare, and oh, you know what this is a good time for? Let's discuss sound design. I would love it if Rexicori would push the horror in terms of sound. We can hear this clicking sound as Nightmare's tendrils unfurl. I want to see this get pushed even further. More clicks like this, or maybe a hissing sound or a breathing noise, since it's just opened up this second mouth-looking thing. I know sound design is sort of its own beast separate from animation, but I would still love to see Rexicori push the limits of what we have here, because I think you can do something really impressive. Oh my fucking god! So from what I gather, Dawn's eyes glow when she's speaking telepathically to others, I think. She does this, and even though he's super far away, Wraith seems to hear or at least understand something from her. You can really tell Rexicori really likes Wraith, because he ends up doing a lot of cool stuff. And that is awesome, and it's a good thing to have the main character doing a lot of really cool things, but I think it's to the detriment of the other characters sometimes. Ash and Dawn do also get to do some cool things, and it is awesome usually, though honestly, Crimson might as well not be here. And I can't help but shake this feeling that Rexicori is bored or unhappy with Crimson's character or fighting style or something, because he does nothing. No cool moves, no fun combat, nothing even character specific when there isn't an action scene happening. Crimson's just there, doing nothing. The most he does is he hits Dawn's blade thing around to help with the aim, I'm guessing. But also I just can't help but think she could have done that on her own. So Ash's legs are real fucked up, and everyone else isn't looking too good either. To make matters worse, looks like Big Guy wasn't really down for the count yet. Dawn and Crimson finish off Nightmare almost too easily. I wish there was a bit more effort used to cut through these rocks. Like, maybe if she had to throw her blades a couple of times to cut all the way through the rocks, and while she was doing that, Crimson was up on top of the Grim, making sure it didn't move out of its place. I don't know, I feel like there was something more creative we could have done here. Aw, dude, you fucked up her death fan! Well, at least Big Guy is dead for real this time. The ending for this chapter is rather dour. The grimmest thumbs up kind of summarizes it perfectly. We're in dire straits, but at least we're alive. It also feels like it was over too quickly. Maybe if the music had more of a crescendo, then it would have felt more grandiose of a victory. And that was Team Dark. at least for now. A fun, creepy, skin-crawling, RWBY-flavored adventure for sure. It's abundantly clear Rexicori's skills have just been improving more and more and more with each passing video. And I'm impressed that they've even gone out of their way to touch up the character designs on top of all that. Combat is stellar. Obviously, you have eyeballs, you can see how good this all looks. So I do hope for future adventures with Team Dark that the other characters can get the chance to shine themselves. Wraith is really cool, but I would love it if the cool moments weren't exclusive to just him. Hell, at this point, Crimson has literally done nothing that impresses me, and it sucks. I like these characters, I want the chance to get to like him too. What else can I say other than I'm super excited to see whatever's next for Rexicori. Whether it'll be another Team Dark video or not, I can't wait to see how their animations have continued to improve. Whether it's the combat, character design, weapon design, facial animations, and just body expressions in general, Rexicori is going to just keep getting better and better and better. Great job, and thanks for the nightmares.
Pillow. What the? Blanket. What the fuck? Chair.
Really the first time you're gonna introduce the
I'm sorry, go on.
After waiting a bit. Was that legit?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Shout out to my $10 patrons. You're all amazing. Nako, James Dodds, Cool Duck, Andrew, Ramiel, Valhalla Knight, Chamomile, G Extreme, Classy Critic, Surge, Mordred Pendragon, Boulder Off Bros, Sunny Shy, Great Bar, Caleb Grimm, Pentamenta, Genital War Thunder, Carmen, Order, Jake, Storm, Amber, Lolith, Livid Aries, Matt Frost, Just a Chap in a Top Hat, Hype Man, and Luno the Evoker. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. I had a great time. It all is really scary. In the comments, let me know, which one of these Grimm were you the most freaked out by? What do you think about Team Dark and everything they have and whatever future adventures they might hold? Any and all thoughts about Rexicori's animations and this review in general? Leave them in the comments below. And if you have any more suggestions of RWBY-themed things I can review, then go ahead and leave those down there too. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.